Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's me Animesh, and today we'll understand on how to create DataMocks for your MongoDB or Mongo's protocol if you're using it in your application using an A. So let's go. So for I'll be using a Flask framework. That's a Python framework for your web applications and Mongo as a dependency. So this is my application. It's a simple CRUD application where I'm creating student data, filtering it on ID, then updating it, and then at the end deleting it. And it's running on a port 6000. So first, I'll create my database using Mongo database, and here it is. It works. Okay, yeah. So the status is up and running. You can see it's created, and yeah. So I have Keploy installed using one click. Now what I'll do, I'll first generate a config file and I'll run my application through Keploy using the config file. So here you can see that we have two sections, record and test. And the parameters that it requires is pretty simple, the path and the command. So the path of my home command, I'll just copy the path here and here, as well as the command to run my application. Since it's a single file application, the command is pretty much simple. It's Python 3 app.py since I use Python 3. Yeah. So now, once we have set up our config file or configuration for our application to run, I'll just do simply Keploy record. And the Keploy will automatically start my application in the dev environment and whatever call that I'm making. So yeah, so my application will start. It's in production development. Do not use it in production development. It's pretty simple, the Flask when it starts. So here I have beforehand created some bash file in which I have stored all the curl commands for my application. So it's post, get, put, delete, and such stuff. Now as I can see, you can see that this application is up and running. I'll just do source. I'll run my bash file. Here I can see the response, and you can see the Keploy folder has been created. The multiple tests are here, the mocks are here, right? So I'll go ahead and first close my Docker instance. Yeah, you can see it's down. So meanwhile, before moving ahead with the test mode, let's explore how the test file looks like. So here you can see, okay, the server was this. Message at receipt was update successfully. This is the curl command. The status message was okay. So in test files, it generally stores all the informations of the API call that were made. Similarly, in the mocks YAML, it stores all the data mocks queries, initial handshakes, the connection establishment calls, everything. So at a later stage of time, I can get to know, okay, which part was responsible for my test failures, and I can use the same mocks for my unit testing as well as end-to-end testing, UI testing, and such stuff. So I'll search for message. Okay, it was student. Yep. So I can see here students, binary, and all. Students create, and then 200 status codes. Oh, status, sorry. And various bits, more stuff. Name, what was the name, John Doe, student ID, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Yeah. So, and the one that we created was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. John Smith, age this, that, and all the stuff. So now, since my application is down, I'll be using the mocks that the Keploy has generated to run my application. So sorry, I forgot. So it will be Keploy, test mode, and yeah. So now what Keploy will do, since the actual Mongo database is down, it will use the mock file that it has created earlier along with the test and then run the test again. Since the mocks will be used as a database, it will check whether it's getting the same response from the database or not. So right now we can see, okay, all the test cases has passed. There was no noise, there was no errors, or the expected behavior is what it actually got. Now let's change one of the YML file. So let's change it to maybe, okay, let's change this one to 5. Now when I run the Keploy with test mode again, it will tell me, okay, everything passed except one, and why it was. Why it was that single one failed. Yeah. So you can see, okay, test run summary, test run with the test 0, that was our initial test set failed 1. Why? So with the test ID, that's test 2, the one in which we made our changes. Student ID is currently 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. It was expected, but actually when it got was 4, 5, because it made the calls from the database. So we can actually debug also if there's any behavior change due to the application or the database, and figure it out how to fix it back again. So that's all, folks. Hope you enjoyed a lot. You got to learn something new, to try something new.